What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Zoe with No Days Off DFS, here to bring that NBA slate breakdown for the 3-game NBA slate we got over here on DraftKings. Looking at yesterday's stuff, do a quick recap for you guys. This was the core that we had: Jenkins, Knuppel, Paul Reed, and Rollins. Once that news came out for Detroit, pretty much that kind of shifted from the value of the Cavs to Detroit value. You know, like it was a huge shift in that value. Jenkins, perfect matchup going against Chicago. Paul Reed, perfect matchup going up against the Bulls as well. It just made sense to go ahead and stack that. Then, of course, Giannis being ruled out. Rollins with all the use that he has. This game should have been, and it was close for the most part. Knuppel, what he's been able to do over there for the Charlotte Hornets. I just love the upside and everything that I saw on all ends. And, of course, landed on this right here for the core. It sucks that Knuppel didn't have a better day than what he went out there and did. If he would have been able to go out there and give me that 35, 40-ish fantasy point outing like what he was consistently doing with everyone being out over there since Brandon Miller went down, would have been an even better day. Then, of course, as always, the studs that we had, we were pretty high on Wemby, Şengün, Paolo, Booker. It's crazy. Booker, he did pretty good, got to 40-ish. Over there, Wemby, he dropped 60. Of course, it's Wemby going up against Golden State centers. Boom, easy day. Şengün, we just needed the Washington game to stay a bit closer. He could have definitely crushed and destroyed the slate. And then Paolo got injured. Of course, Paolo got injured, and I'm kind of glad that I did not fully land on Paolo. I was looking at him, very much eyeballing him, but got very, very, very lucky that I did not land on Paolo Banchero yesterday, man. Yesterday, I did tell you guys that I was going to post a core over here on the Patreon. I'm not Patreon, up on the YouTube. This was the dummy core, and if you played this core right here, you didn't do bad at all. The only one that was crappy was, and this was before the news for Detroit came out. This was before. And I even said it. There's so much news we need to come out later, including Caden Durant news. That was the big news that I was waiting on myself to know what value was I truly going to go with. The only one that really did have a crap day was Sam Merrill in the score. Şengün, he did pretty well. Rollins, of course, he went out there and smashed. Lonzo did great. But if you played Craig Porter Jr., you definitely did pretty damn well with a 50 burger for a guy playing off the bench that was 3,200, I think. So hopefully we can recreate that magic tonight on the slate. So with that being said, let's look at the injury report for tonight. Toronto Raptors taking on the Cleveland Cavaliers. For them, really no news that we go about over there. For Cleveland, Darius Garland, he's always been ruled out, and Lonzo Ball is out. So they're kind of short again on their guards. Donovan Mitchell, he's back. Evan Mobley is going to be playing today. Jared Allen, DeAndre Hunter, and Sam Merrill technically are the only ones that actually played yesterday. And then, of course, the guys off the bench that did get some extra run as well. Indiana Pacers taking on the Phoenix Suns. Phoenix on their back and have a back-to-back. For the Pacers, they're going to be without Obi Toppin, Bennett Mathurin, Jackson, Fury. That's pretty much it. They did shake up the starting lineup last time out, and I do want to know who is actually starting over here for the Indiana Pacers, because they put Jeremiah Robinson Earl and Tony Bradley into starting last time out. I'm very, very, very interested to see who are they going to actually start. If Jared Reed gets to start again, interesting. But needless to say, they moved Pascal Siakam up to the 3, Aaron Nesmith to the 2, and then Nimberhard over there to the 1. Didn't feel like it was a bad lineup, but definitely left quite a bit to be desired. If we're going to be honest, didn't help them get a win at all by any means. And then the Phoenix Suns over here for them, they got Mark Williams listed as questionable, but he is expected to play. Again, they are on their back and of back-to-back. And then the last game on the slate is the Atlanta Hawks taking on the Utah Jazz. Atlanta, they are on the back of back-to-back. They did play last night. Kristaps Porzingis is expected to play. No other real news over here. And then also the game was practically a blowout. Starters did not play heavy minutes at all. And then same thing over here for the Utah Jazz. Kyle Anderson, Henderson, Nang, they're all going to be out. Should be, I think that this is actually going to be the stars that are going to be rolling out. Ace Bailey actually getting the start over these last couple of games. That's been pretty interesting right there for them. Head on over to DraftKings, the site you play the most on the site. If you guys don't have an account, you want one, check the link down in the description box below so you can get that deposit match bonus and join your boy over here on the King. Since it is late in the day and little injury news that we are waiting on, it's a 3-game slate. I'm going to try to make this the quickest video I've ever done over here for a breakdown. Toronto Raptors taking on Cleveland. We have seen this game already before. They did play like what? 5 games ago, I believe. In that game, Scotty Barnes, he dropped 39 fantasy points. RJ Barrett, 31 fantasy points. Brandon Ingram, 40 fantasy points. All 3 of those guys, we know they are in contention in play. I will say, Iman Quickly, he has had the hot hand lately over here for them. 46, 40, 39, 35 fantasy points. Can he keep the good times rolling over here going up against the Cavs? We will see. He had 17.25 fantasy points in that first game going up against them. The last two guards, well, technically it was back-to-back going up against the same team. Davion Mitchell, he had 28 and 25 fantasy points going up against them. If Quickly can continue to do what he's doing scoring-wise, which has really been what has gotten him there over these last couple games, and knocking down three ball pretty consistently, he can possibly be able to go out here and have a pretty good day. I wouldn't mind pivoting to him over RJ Barrett. But looking at the main guys over here, Scotty Barnes, we know he stuffs the stat sheet, power forwards going up against the Cavs. It has been a thing, and I definitely do not mind going to him. Brandon Ingram, of course, after that fine, he got to make his bread. He got to get some money back over there. Definitely been one of the more reliable scorers that they have over here. I don't mind the 7,700, but RJ Barrett kind of right there in the middle. A little bit of a letdown, 26.5 fantasy points. I do think this is a bounce back for him, especially if he's not going to be the one dealing with the DeAndre Hunter defense. Maybe he can get the smaller of Sam Merrill on him or something like that. I definitely don't mind the upside for RJ Barrett being definitely a potential play. Off of the bench, we have seen the minutes pretty much been climbing-ish, being steady for Shaheed. He's been a pretty great play. I definitely don't mind going to him. If you think Quickly struggles or some foul trouble, something like that, that's definitely a good upside position spot to have. Going over here to the Cavs side of things, we kind of know what this is going to be. Once again, this is the Donovan Mitchell show, but will Donovan Mitchell actually show up? That is the true question. If you don't really feel like betting all the way on Donovan Mitchell, and I don't blame you at all. This man has sold me more times than I can count on one hand. Evan Mobley, definitely do not mind getting out here to him. 8,600 opposing power forwards going up against the Toronto Raptors. I really don't have to say anything else about it. Last time out going up against them when they did play earlier this season, 51 fantasy points in 36 minutes, 29 actual points with 8 rebounds, a couple of steals and blocks. Really great spot for him to go out here and just do it all over again. Noah Clowney, Watford were the last two power forwards that went up against the Toronto Raptors. Watford had 62. Clowney had 39. Outside of that, Jared Allen, of course, we do know opposing big centers. We can go ahead and take him. He is on the back end of a back-to-back. He did play last night, but only 27 minutes. Definitely a decent spot. We can go right back to him. Did not play in the first game going up against the Toronto Raptors, so it's his chance to actually shine and play going up against them. DeAndre Hunter, he did play last night, but with no Darius Garland being out there, and then, of course, shuffling the starting lineup, he has actually been reliable as a scorer. He's out there for his defense. I don't mind him as a potential 6K play if you do land right there. Sam Merrill let a lot of people down last night. It was the Craig Porter Jr. show, like I said. Definitely upside position and play, could be lower on, a decent value option that you can get to. With no Tice being out there, I do imagine we will see some minutes for Dean Wade. Craig Porter Jr. wasn't really playing any minutes until, of course, last night, 32 minutes, where he was a decent value. And of course, they were missing guards. Potentially, he could be, again, an option that we can go to, especially after the big night. But he did play some of the heavier minutes over there for them, 32 minutes. That's my only thing. I'm not too sure if I want to go back-to-back. Lightning is going to strike twice over there for him. So that's my only thing over there. But with Lonzo being out, Darius Garland being out, definitely some minutes to go around. Sam Merrill is in the starting lineup, and I do expect for him to start. There should still be some backup guard minutes, and that should go to Porter as that potential option right there. So still got to kind of keep him on your radar. The Atlanta Hawks taking on the Utah Jazz again. Just got to make sure that Kristaps Porzingis is going to be in over here for them. Jalen Johnson didn't play heavy minutes at all last night. Same thing. Dyson Daniels, Ricochet. None of these guys played heavy minutes. Everybody is in contention to play over here for them. I like the upside. Dyson Daniels, this could be one of those spots where he can get a ton of steals, rack those up. 27 minutes, 27.5 fantasy points. I definitely do like him. Opposing guards going up against the Utah Jazz, that has been a thing. We just saw it recently with the last matchup that the Utah Jazz just had the other day. Outside of him, Jalen Johnson, everything that he goes out here and does, I mean, the dude is a hub. He has triple-double upside sneakily, and I think he could potentially get that here in this spot. 8 assists, back-to-back games, 10 rebounds, 24, 16 points. Really, there's nothing too crazy that I have to say in regards to him. One of the lower-owned options that I think people kind of overlook all the time is Ricochet. He's been doing pretty well scoring. If he can just continue the scoring, give me a couple more rebounds, and continue to just be a good pest on defense, he can pay this off. 5,100 is not a bad price. If you got to choose between going with him, Sam Merrill, I will say I kind of would tilt the hat towards Ricochet over Sam Merrill, because Sam Merrill is heavily reliant on his scoring when he's out there on the court. Ricochet, I know he has a solid role over here for the Hawks, and I definitely do not mind it. I think that he has some decent upside and some more meat on the bone than what we get over there. If they do rule KP out, then of course we're going to go to Nneka Okongwu, who will slide into the starting lineup, and it just makes sense to go ahead and just play Okongwu, who is a good fantasy point per minute producer when he's out there. And then of course Guy, he would definitely get some decent backup run in minutes. That'll be someone else you can go to. Keaton Wallace at 4,400. This is going to be another one of your value guard options you can go to if you don't want to play Sam Merrill, like what I was talking about at guard. Definitely Keaton, he is going to play some backup run over there at the guard spot. Trae Young, he's out. Of course, you got Nickeil Alexander Walker in the starting lineup. So Keaton, he's getting all that bench run, that bench burn over there for behind Dyson and Nickeil Alexander Walker. Then Nickeil at 6K. There's nothing really too much I got to say in regards to that. Utah Jazz over here for them. Lauri Markkanen, 8,100. If you can get up to it, then definitely, of course, you know that he has the high usage and everything for them. I will say, looking at it, guards is the best spot and way to attack going up against Atlanta. Not necessarily looking at the bigs or anything like that. But if you do think that Lauri Markkanen is matchup proof, he kind of has shown that he can go out there and have a good game no matter what. But he has to score. That's the big thing with him. Keyshawn George, since they move Isaiah Collier back to the bench and he is playing off the bench, long as he stays off the bench, then I don't mind. He was in foul trouble in this game, 5 personal fouls, and it was the back end of a back-to-back for him after playing 36 minutes the night before. I don't mind him. He will chuck, and he is chucking. And of course, he can play make. 7,300 is not a bad price tag. Dirty Nurk, he is going to have to be out there, of course, since he is their starting center now. It's crazy to think Nurk is actually a starting center back in this league again. Opposing centers, they've done okay going up against the Atlanta Hawks. Not anything super crazy, but definitely contention and in play. You can get there to him. I will say Isaiah Collier, though, he is playing off the bench. And they're loving what they're seeing. His aggressiveness, his willing to score, him playing pretty well off the pick and roll, getting into his spots, getting into the lane. And of course, if we can get him to actually chuck some more threes, which he was not a bad 3-point shooter last year, we know he can facilitate. We know for a fact he can get those double doubles with his assist. His playmaking, his vision is good. His playmaking is great. We just need him to actually score, which is something that he showed that he somewhat could do last year. And I don't mind it. If you want to pivot off of Keyshawn, definitely you can come down here to Collier. I do like the upside and I don't mind it. I'm not too interested in Ace Bailey, even though he is going to get the start. I think it's more of a GPP option with Ace because this will be a little bit of a tougher matchup out there. Dyson Daniels, Jalen Johnson, Ricochet, if he can actually go ahead and slow down the rookie right there, I think that'll be mid-level. That's why I just got him more of a GPP option. Filipowski, I really don't like him too much, not with Kevin Love being back. 4,600 is not a bad price tag if you land there. Just know that the upside that we could potentially have without Kevin Love, it's not going to be the same with K-Dot being back, but you can definitely have him inside your player pool. And it's fee GPP option because he is way too heavily relying on him actually going out there and scoring for you. Outside of that, really not too much love over there. Kevin Love would be like the ultimate GPP option that you can mess with over there for them. Indiana Pacers getting the Phoenix Sun on the back end of a back-to-back. I really have to know who the hell they're going to start. You have to truly know who the hell are they going to start. Siakam, of course, all the usage, everything that he has over there, going to be dealing with that Royce O'Neal, Dylan Brooks type defense for him. But Siakam has shown that he will go ahead and score, do what he has to do. The guards is where I do think that we attack this Phoenix Suns team. Devin Booker, we're not scared of his defense. Grayson Allen, he's a pretty decent defender. He's an okay defender, but he's not any worldly like lockdown defender that we have to be like, damn, you're going up against Grayson Allen tonight. No, not necessarily. Nembhard, he's out there. He's going to shoot. He's going to get those assists, play make, do what he has to do out there, which is really great. Love it. The upside. TJ McConnell slowly weaning himself back off the bench. If one of these games could just actually stay close, Nembhard is going to play some pretty heavy minutes. That's just been the problem. The games have been blowing out and he's not showing us the true ceiling. And I think the ceiling is even higher than what we've actually been able to see from Nembhard these last couple games. But definitely really do like Nembhard. I definitely don't mind going out here to Neesmith. He's been showing a really great usage and upside as well. He's been having to facilitate, get those rebounds. And then, of course, what he's really good at, knocking down those three balls, which I do like the upside for him here in the spot. We just saw Max Christie drop 33. Trey Murphy dropped 43 fantasy points. Both of them playing the small forward spot over there for their respective teams. That's where, playing the 2-guard spot because if they run that same lineup, then Siakam will be the 2. Will be the 3. Sorry, Jesus, time myself up. But Neesmith, definitely do not mind him if you want to pivot off of playing up for Nembhard. Neesmith, he's a decent option. Just understand he sometimes does get himself into foul trouble because he does try to take the harder defensive matchup, which in this case would be Devin Booker for him. So maybe pivot going over here to Bennett Mathurin. Jez Walker playing off the bench, which is kind of crazy that he got benched. I thought that he was actually pretty fine. If they do start him, he's an okay option, 5,800. I don't mind that at all. But if they do start my boy Jeremiah Robinson Earl, that's another value option you have on the slate, 4,300. 22 minutes last time out. He is on a 10-day contract. They like what they saw in the first 10-day contract. They brought him back, so they gave him some more minutes. Definitely don't mind going to my boy JRE as a potential option. TJ McConnell, 4,700, playing off the bench, but the dude is a fantasy point per minute producer when he's out there. He's so quick, twitchy, all those things. The upside is there. It's constantly just going to be there for him when he's out there. On the flip side of things, for the Phoenix Suns, I really Backing up back-to-back form, Mark Williams, 6,300. I don't know what the heck's going on. It's like he can crush and dominate, and then all of a sudden he's just there. And it's really off-pissing looking at Mark Williams. Dylan Brooks and Devin Booker. Of course, both. I mean, Booker, you can go there if you want to. We did see opposing guards. They can go out here and have some pretty decent days going up against the Indiana Pacers. They're still just trying to figure it out. Booker, balls in his hands, the scoring, the playmaking, he can go get those assists. I don't mind it. Grayson Allen, he's another one that you can just pivot down to. The 3-ball falls for him. It's going to be an even bigger day. We know he's going to rebound. He is going to give you those defensive stats. Then, of course, if he can get his playmaking duties back, he will get you those assists as well. Royce O'Neal, I really do actually like him for the upside. He is consistently knocking down the 3-ball out there, getting those rebounds, and can play make as well. 5,400 is not a bad option. I would rather play him over playing Dylan Brooks, just because they kind of do the same thing when they're out there on the court. But the upside for Royce O'Neal, we've seen it before. He is a really great fantasy point per minute producer, and I like the upside. Colin Gillespie is slowly losing some minutes, and that is coinciding with Goodwin seeing his minutes go up. So if you're looking and trying to make a decide which guard you actually want to play, I would say Goodwin would be someone you probably should take a pivot and look at. He definitely does have some decent upside on the slate. All right, everybody's favorite part. Before I do it, one last time, make sure you guys hit the subscribe button so you guys don't miss any of the content your boy does drop over here on the channel. Drop a like in the video if you guys did enjoy it, and let me know down in the comment section anything that you guys would like to see me improve, change, or some other stuff that you guys would like to see me do, or if you want me to change up the way that I break these videos down. All right. Looking at it, of course, Donovan Mitchell is going to be your highest owned stud. I personally do believe on today's slate. No Darius Garland, sat out yesterday, going up against Toronto Raptors team that has bled points to opposing guards, point guards, shooting guards, whatever. This is going to be a pretty good matchup for him. Did not play in the first game going up against them. I think this should be a night where he's probably going to go out there and drop 30 on their heads, maybe about 6-8 assists. I wouldn't be surprised. Hopefully he can knock it down from 3 as well. Definitely some pretty good upside for him over here. And then I don't mind running it right back with Evan Mobley as well as a potential option over there for them. Outside of that, looking at it, if we do want to run back, and I think this would make some sense, go with Jakob Poeltl. Jakob Poeltl did not play going up against him. He is their starting center. He is going to play some decent minutes, and I don't mind him as a good, like, nice, cushiony option that you can get to right here at that 5,400 price tag. Decent upside for him, especially if the game does stay close enough. You're getting maybe tired legs on Jared Allen coming off of course, the back-to-back, so I do like the upside going right there to that. And then, let's see, get off of Toronto Raptors real quick. Let's go to my boy. Told you if I'm going between the two, Royce O'Neal and Dylan Brooks, I'm going to go Royce O'Neal. I do like the upside opposing forwards going up against the Indiana Pacers. It has been a pretty powerful spot in position. He's going to be able to get those rebounds. I do think he can keep this the shooting streak going on that he has with his threes right now. Has been crazy efficient from 3, and I do like the upside that he does bring with that right there. And then last but not least, I talked about him already, and we're going to actually stay in the same game. Andrew Nembhard. I think the upside is really there for Nembhard. If this game stays close enough, if Indy can actually keep this game close enough, Nembhard can go out here and get us a 40+ fantasy point outing night. The writing is right there. You see it. 30 minutes and back-to-back games. The games blew out. He just didn't get the minutes because of the blowout. If they keep it competitive enough, Nembhard, I honestly feel like he's going to be priced up to 7,200, 7,500 come next week. All right, guys, that's going to do it for me. Hopefully you guys were able to get something from this. So you guys enjoyed the breakdown. Let me know down in the comment section. Good luck to everybody. Let's make some money. Peace.